Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Soul Good. I'm Amber Marie, and this is your September 2022 Tarotscope. If you're curious about the decks that I'm using today, you can find a list of them in the description box below. You can also find links to my social media accounts, as well as links to information on personal readings and the Soul Good membership channel on Telegram. I would like to remind you that this is a general reading, not a personal reading, so please only take what resonates with you. Now, before we jump in, I do want to share with you that for the month of September, I've really been picking up on collectively this energy of transformation. I feel like we are being triggered by some deep rooted or deep seated things that are being brought up for us to transmute, transcend, to heal, to move through, right? So that we can align with our highest possible timeline. That being said, I do want to share that I feel this is going to look different for everyone, depending on where you're at your soul journey and all those sorts of things. On the same note, right? That knowing that it will look differently for everyone, that also means that it will be more challenging or less challenging for some, depending on where they're at. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of open with that to give you a little bit of awareness, right? So that you can understand that these things are happening and they're happening for the collective, right? So this does not only apply to you, but this applies to your children, your grandparents, your spouse, everyone around you, right? So this is a time, I feel, of being compassionate towards others and really allowing them to process these energies as they need to, okay? So keep that in mind. Let's jump right in and see what we've got going on for you for this month, Cancer. So please, Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves, what does Cancer need to know for the month of September 2022? What are they healing? What's coming up for them, please? What does Cancer need to know for September 2022? Okay, thank you. I feel that there are layers potentially for you, Cancer. I just got the word layers, and I actually saw it almost like a pastry, right? Of like different, I don't know, maybe like what's the layered pastry? I don't even know. But it's kind of reminded me of like a croissant type of flakiness to it, for lack of better terms. But that's really interesting. I feel like you may be shedding many layers or experiencing many layers of yourself throughout the month of September. Let's get some clarity. What else do we need to know for Cancer for September 2022? What is coming up for them, please? Thank you. That's so funny. Sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to get the cards all straightened out. What else? Yep, thank you. Anything else? What else do we need to know for Cancer? I feel like there's like one more in here somewhere. Anything else for Cancer for the month of September? I'm also getting the feeling, Cancer, that for some of you, you may be feeling like lost, right? I feel like for some of you, you may have already started peeling back some of these layers that I talked about. And I feel like you may start to feel like you're lost, or you do feel lost. And I feel like this could be because you are essentially stripping away the versions of you that you create, or how do I word this? A way I've described this a lot lately, and it seems to be the best way that I can think of to really describe what this energy feels like. Essentially, it would be as if you're playing Jenga, right? And the bottom parts of the Jenga structure are what you've built yourself upon, right? Your identity. If the whole structure of the Jenga tower is your identity, right? The bottom parts are what you've built that upon. And it's being shown to me as having like the bottom pieces pulled out and the top becoming very unstable, and for some even crumbling, right? Because there's been this entire identity that's been built upon something that is not your truth, not your soul truth. Okay. So I just want to share that with you, that I feel like for some of you, you may feel a bit lost because you are essentially taking out these bits of what you thought was you, what you've built yourself up on, and these are now being shown to you as being false or not being who you truly are. They're not resonating with you, right? And when we start to pull that out, it can start to feel like, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore, right? And so I'm getting this feeling of, for some of you, you may be in that space or find yourself in that space for the month of September. So let's take a look at why this is happening, why this is coming up to be dealt with right now. Thank you. And why is this important for your soul's journey, or what changes are these experiences and healing and dealing with these things bringing? Please. Why is this important for your journey? Let me move this over before they fall. Why is this important for your journey? Or what is this changing or healing for you? All right. Thank you. We are also going to be checking in with divine masculine and divine feminine energies. So first, what's going on with divine masculine energy currently for the month of September, please? What is going on for divine masculine for the month of September? What do we need to know? What is going on for divine masculine? Now, I do want to share with you that simply because it's a masculine energy, that does not mean that, thank you, that it only applies to those of the male gender. This could also apply to someone who is a female in their masculine energy, and the same goes for the feminine. So what do we need to know for the feminine? What is the feminine experiencing or going through in September, please? What do we need to know for the feminine for September? Thank you. Okay. All right, let me just move these to the side so then we can jump in. All right, Cancer. So first you have here the Goddess in the shadow attribute or the reverse position. Exploitation of the female nature and form. Okay. So I do want to share with you, before we dive deeper, that this could be your energy. Okay. This could be something that you are doing yourself. That could potentially be triggered or brought up for you to take a look at, or you may experience something that helps to move through these energies, okay? Or this, I mean, so it could be within your own psyche, right? Things that you're working through and healing. Or this could be someone in your reality, okay? It's interesting because this exploitation of the female nature and form, for some of you, I feel like you're dealing with this. This could be a friend of yours maybe who's talking to you about it, kind of mirroring it to you. And I do want to lovingly say that anything that you are triggered by is something that you need to heal within yourself. Okay, it's no one else's fault. Nobody else has anything to do with it but you. Okay, so let me just make that very clear. However, I feel like for some of you, this is, again, somebody that you're experiencing in your reality. This is somebody who I feel would not find value in themselves outside of that female nature and form. So in other words, they may find their value in sexual acts or things like that, right? Or exchanging sexual acts for what they want. I don't know who this is for you, right? I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is someone else. It could be somebody close to you. For some of you, I feel like this is you or has been you in the past. But it feels like an energy that's very close, right? It doesn't feel like an energy that's like bumping up against yours from like a quite external place. It feels very much like it's something close to you. Okay. And I feel like there's also for some this like subservient energy coming through, which is really interesting. It's not a word that I would use very often, and it's definitely not an energy that I pick up on very often. But I feel like there could be somebody in your reality who has this very like subservient energy, or maybe it's your energy, right? But where you kind of bow down, as it were, to, and I'm not trying to like play the gender card here, but this really does feel like a feminine or female energy to me. Okay. And it's not just because it's the female form, right? Though that applies heavily. I feel like for some, this is like that, a female. And I feel like for some, there's this like subservient energy or like bowing down of energy. And I want to lovingly tell you that doesn't mean that you just take shit and lay down. That's not what I mean. I mean that for in some way, shape, or form, I feel that there is more value put on someone else, potentially a male figure, though it does not have to be. Okay. Um, where you essentially, how do I word this? It's like, for example, let's say you are in a relationship where the female, okay, or the more feminine energy is thought to, or typically the one who maybe does all the laundry or cooks all of the dinner, right? And that is, it's like, gosh, I really wish I could have a break from this, right? But it's like it's like being subservient to that energy because it's like, you know, that if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it, right? Even in that sense, I feel, even in that sense. And I know that's like very, for some of us, we may not necessarily mind doing it, right? But I feel like there's something here about, I'm just exhausted. Like, I need help. Like, I don't want this to be my life, right? Like, and for some, it's that sexual, like using that sexual act or the female sex or the feminine whatever to get what they want, right? And I don't, again, I feel like this is something that we're trying to leave behind because I feel like we are moving out of that more patriarchal dominated society and are moving into a more balanced society where the feminine and masculine or female and male genders are seen more equally and that energy is more equal, right? So it's not so much about the male being at the top of the mountain, if you will, but it's more both male and female standing up there together. Now, I don't feel like we're going to accomplish this balance by the end of this year. I feel like it's probably going to take a couple of years or maybe even a few years, right? But that depends on us and what we do, right? As a collective, how we move through that. But I do feel like that's part of the reason why this is coming up, because it's like, no, that is not what the female form is meant for. This is not what you're supposed to be doing, type of thing. Okay. We also have the gambler in the upright or light attribute position, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. I feel like this is part of what you're stepping into. I feel like for some of you, your intuition has been speaking to you and you may have been listening to some of the smaller nudges, okay? Maybe like, oh, you should stay home, or maybe a friend, you know what I mean? Like a friend's like, hey, do you want to go out and get dinner? And you're like, no, I don't think I should do that, right? Or something. I don't know what it might be, but I just feel like more of you are learning how to follow your intuition or are accepting or acknowledging these little nudges that you've gotten. For others of you, I feel like some of the bigger things, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a move, maybe it's a purchase, a large purchase or something. For some of you, I feel like there is such a desire for change in your reality that you are willing to follow those bigger intuitive nudges because you're like, I want change in my life. Now, it's fascinating because I feel like this depends on who you are and where you're at, how open and receptive you are, right? Being more in that feminine energy, which is receptive, open, and allowing. For some of you, I feel like you may be a little bit more open than others, but it's fascinating to me because the energy that I'm picking up on is like, I will follow this thing, but I'm definitely not following this thing. So for example, maybe you are someone who followed your intuition on a new job, right? And you got the job and everything's great and wonderful. Perfect, right? But you're getting intuitive nudges about other things. Maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your living situation, maybe it's the car you drive. I don't know what it is, right? Your friendship circle, something. And you're like, yeah, but I'm not going to follow that one, right? That's how I'm picking up on this. It feels to me like there are some of you who are willing to follow some of the things, but not the others. And I do feel like I feel like you could be triggered, or have something come up for this month that is calling you to follow all of those things, not just some of them. Right? So take that as it resonates with you. But for some of you, I feel like you've already been following some of your intuitive hits, even if others do doubt you. But I feel more than anything, this is really about having these intuitive things come up and following them regardless, right? So even if you're like, oh, but that's my best friend that I've had for 20 years. Okay, I get it. I get it. It's hard to let things go. We're human beings. We don't like to lose things. Period. End of story. We don't. So I get it. But that doesn't mean that it's meant for you. That just because you've known them for 20 years doesn't mean they are meant to stay in your life. And I want to lovingly tell you, Cancer, that on this journey, not everyone can come with you. Every single person on this planet has their own soul plan, their own soul path, and it's not up to you. You can't control it. I'm sorry. You can't. And there's a need, I feel, to tell some of you there's a need to get comfortable with the cycle of life, which is death and rebirth, right? And I'm not speaking about physical death as in your body dying. I'm speaking of things coming into your life and then exiting your life and allowing that to happen so something else better for you at that time can come in. Okay? And that's how life goes. We've experienced these cycles our entire lives, right? You went through kindergarten, you made friends, or first grade, or whatever it is, elementary school, you made friends. And then maybe you moved cities. That was a death and rebirth process right there in itself. That is what life is. It is this cycle of life and death, rebirth and death over and over and over again. And I feel like for some of you, I need to say you need to get comfortable with that, or you're going to find yourself struggling. Okay? As well as holding on to things that you shouldn't. We have here as well the hero or heroine in the light attribute or upright position, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. What was I saying? I feel like for some of you, you want change so much that you have been willing to follow some of the bigger hits, some of the bigger intuitive things that you've been getting. And then it's like the fear takes over for other things and you are struggling to do that. That is your mountain to climb. I feel like you are learning this month, Cancer, that you are the hero or heroine of your own fucking story. Nobody is coming to save you. And I say that with so much love because this is such a powerful journey to be on. This is such a powerful experience to have. And when you find out that you are your own savior, there is power that comes with that. Great power and freedom. Right? Because it's like, oh, wait, you mean that there's no external force punishing me over and over and over again for my shit? Oh, huh. That's kind of cool, right? Like there are things that you learn that ultimately create this lightness in your life. Now, I do feel like there's mountains that you're climbing this month. And I do feel like they are your own mountains. They are mountains that you created for yourself, right? And I say that again, lovingly. You don't know what you don't know. If you don't know that you consciously manifest your reality in every single moment, that you are a co-creator with God or the divine or whatever it is you want to call it. Like you don't know what you don't know. So you don't realize that you've created this your own mountain. Right? But there is a need to release fear. I was getting this burpee fear energy. There's a need to release fear. You can do it. You can be your own savior. You are capable. You wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. Okay? However, it is going to be up to you to make those choices. It is going to be up to you to actually put one step in front of the other and climb the mountain and do the hard things. And finally, we have the advocate in the reverse or shadow attribute position, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. I don't feel like this applies to everyone. I just want to say that right away. It feels like a handful, right? A handful of people this applies to. And I want to say to you that this cause can be very small. Right? It doesn't have to be like a large cause for personal gain. So like protesting against abortion or committing to, I don't know, it doesn't have to be that grand, right? Like stuff like that, like protesting or signing, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I can't think. Um, oh my gosh. Petition. Thank you. Thank you. Signing petitions, like it doesn't necessarily have to be that, right? But I feel like there are things that either you have done or that you know people have done that maybe you continue to allow in your life who do things for their own benefit, right? For example, maybe you give that homeless person $20 because somebody's watching or you film it. Okay. Like I'm getting that. Or maybe you, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. Right. But it looks like doing something so you look good or so that you can get to where you want to be. Right. And I feel like this is like, Spirit's like, this is not where you want to be, friend. This is not where you want to be because you bring that back to yourself. Whatever you put out into the universe, Cancer, whatever it is, I don't care. What you think, what you speak, how you feel, where your energy is sitting, what you put out, you get back. You reap what you sow. End of story, period. There are no ifs, ands, buts, or fine print. It just is. Okay? So there's an energy here of like, let's not keep doing this and keep bringing this negativity to us, like to ourselves. Okay? There's also this energy here of like, I don't know, some form of like hostility or something. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's there. Maybe the cards will have more to say about that. But for some of you, I feel like there's some sort of hostility around, I don't know, maybe certain causes didn't pan out the way you thought they would, or maybe you committed to a cause that you thought would bring you some sort of gain, but didn't. I don't know what that's about. So Cancer, you do have two cards in this horizontal position, right? That fell out that way. And for me, this is often that energy, like it shows up for me as like things can go either way, or you may be in either situation. Okay. So yep. Holy shit. You cannot make this up. You have the Tower. Okay. So the Tower is a representation of foundational shifts taking place. It's a representation of challenging outdated beliefs, of having these like breakthroughs, right? Clarity even. But it's often seen as like destructive, right? Creating upheaval, that sort of thing. And I feel like the more you avoid these things that you know to some extent, you know them to some extent, right? Like as I'm talking about these things, like maybe somebody popped in your head or a situation popped into your head or whatever it is, but you know what these things are. Okay. And I feel like things can go either way here. Either you can flow with them and see them for what they are and follow your intuition and continue to climb that mountain, regardless of the obstacles that come, right? And like essentially avoid disaster, or you can like continue. I don't know. Maybe I said that backwards. Like, I'm not sure actually. Like you can continue to do the same things and experience this essential collapse of your entire reality, because that is what your divine creator will do, right? When you're pushed to a certain point and it's like time is running out in a sense, like you need to hurry up and get these things done for your soul path. Creator will come in and shake shit all to hell, so you have to look at it. You have no other fucking choice, right? And so I feel like for some of you, you can avoid that disaster, that crazy collapse, that upheaval by doing the things willingly, not sitting in resistant energy. Or you can experience your life essentially catching on fire. I mean, not literal fire. Okay, don't take that literally, but like shit just hitting the fan, right? We also have here the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, you guys. It is going to take hard work. Are you willing to put the hard work in? Like here's the thing. It's interesting that you have this hero heroine card. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. This Eight of Pentacles, this woman in this card is working on herself. Look at the moon cycle at the top. That means it's taken a long fucking time for her to gain what she now knows. She's put in a lot of effort. She's been very diligent and passionate about getting to where she wants to be, right? So this card coming out as things can go either way. It's like, if you want the reward, you've got to put the work in, or it's not happening. And that work doesn't necessarily mean things in the physical world. That can mean expanding your knowledge. That can mean you putting in the work, taking steps, overcoming your fears, doing the healing, looking at yourself, taking accountability, taking responsibility, seeing where your life is not aligned, where you are not doing shit that is for your highest good. Okay? Now, as far as the rest of the cards are concerned, we have, damn, 10 of Cups in the reverse. I mean, this is shattered dreams, domestic dispute, broken family. I feel like for some of you, there could be a lesson here in family. There could be a lesson here that you're meant to be learning around the feminine nature or the feminine form that has to do with family. Maybe it's the mother of your kids. Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's your grandmother. Maybe it's your current partner. I don't know what it is, but it feels to me like there's something here around family and this goddess energy or the feminine form that needs to be addressed. And again, this could be a male who's just very feminine. And by feminine, like, go ahead and take an extra moment to look that up, right? Like feminine energy or natural feminine energy and natural masculine energy. And you'll see like that feminine energy is very understanding, nurturing, tender, kind. It's very intuitive, very flowy and allowing, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a male gendered person, but I do feel like there's something here about for some of you, like that male energy and really looking at your family, okay? Or it creating some sort of rift or something in your family. Maybe that's something that needs to be repaired and healed throughout this month. Maybe your mom exploited people for money or to get what they want. I mean, it happened, you guys, and it is what it is, right? But there's something here about working through that, because I feel like there is some sort of thing that broke apart, fell apart, didn't work, that I feel needs to be transmuted, right? That needs to be healed. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is an energy of essentially moving forward, improving your life, right? And here's the thing about the Five of Pentacles. That key, I'm going to turn it upright just for a moment, is on the inside of the door. She's sitting there looking like she has nowhere to go. But she does. She holds the fucking key. She has to make the decision, and that's what I feel like you're being called to do here, right? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, that energy of moving forward. This is also an energy of recovery. Now, I feel like this is you recovering bits of yourself from shattered dreams, broken family things, okay, for some of you. For others of you, I feel like this is about essentially moving forward from anywhere you felt like you were lacking, where you didn't have enough, where you didn't have enough resources, where people weren't supportive of you or whatever it is. Like, this is something that needs to be let go of, right? There's an energy here of learning how to ask for help. And maybe you've been doing that, right? Maybe this is something that you've been working on recently, learning how to ask for help, or maybe you've started doing this, felt called to do it, right? Like learning how to ask for help, learning to look around and see what your resources are, knowing that you have more resources than what you actually thought you did, recognizing your own value. We have here the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And again, the Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful, very, very resourceful. And I find it interesting that she's coming out in the reverse after I was just talking about resources here, right? This is an energy of like self-centeredness, jealousy, and even smothering. So again, this could have something to do with a mom, because this is that, the Queen of Pentacles is that caretaker, the very nurturing, motherly type of energy as far as the queens are concerned, right? She's a woman of like creature comforts. She likes to be in her comfort zone, right? She's very practical and feels very secure in herself. And so here it's like, there's something here I feel like you've lost your value, or maybe you're gaining it back, or you did lose it over maybe something within the family happened that caused you to feel that way. And maybe you're starting to recover this or improve on this, but maybe there's still work that needs to be done. Maybe you know that. Seven of Wands in the reverse, giving up, lack of confidence. What the fuck was I just saying? I feel like whatever this is broke you, or you felt like it broke you, right? It left you feeling out in the cold, alone, like you had no one, no resources, no comfort, no nothing. And maybe you even felt jealousy or some sort of that type of energy towards the whole situation, or some sort of like, I don't know, like poor me, like something, right? But again, this is an energy of like being overwhelmed, not having the confidence, and giving up. And here's the thing, like if you want to be your own hero, you can't give up. You have to find that confidence within you. You have to dig deep and pull it from within yourself. And I want to lovingly tell you, Cancer, that is the only place you're going to find it. It doesn't come from a partner. It doesn't come from your family. It doesn't come from anywhere else but within you. Okay? And finally, the King of Swords. And this is that truth. This is truth. This is essentially you're being called to sit in your truth. What is true for you? Being disciplined at continuing to work and improve on yourself, to see how resourceful, or rather the resources that you have within you, knowing you have everything within you. This King of Swords is sitting on the top of a mountain. He has an owl, there's a dragonfly, there's a crow, there's a bat. All of these things are higher perspective. All of these things are wisdom. The crow is that psychic ability. The owl is wisdom. The bat is able to see in the dark. The dragonfly is about renewal. So like all of these things is like, see things from a higher perspective and get into your truth and sit in it. Sit in it. Allow it to show you things differently. Allow yourself to see things differently. Because I feel like there's something here that needs to be transmuted and remedied, where you may have pointed the finger at someone else, and really you should have been pointing it at yourself. That's a hard pill to swallow. But here's the thing, that it takes work, and resisting that is going to create collapse within your life. Okay? I don't know. This may be like a very specific story for like a very specific few people, but it's really interesting to me. If you don't resonate with what's just come through here, right? I feel like there's something here about working on yourself, getting in touch with you and working on that, creating those foundational shifts, right? And I feel like if you sit in the energy of resistance, I feel like things could potentially just fall apart around you. Why is this important? Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. You cannot make this shit up, right? This is to get you into alignment with who you're supposed to be, your soul path, your soul plan, right? This is meant to, allowing the things that are unaligned, that no longer are beneficial for you, letting those things go. But know that whatever path you choose, like your creator will bring you back. Right? So for example, if you're resistant to this energy and you're like, I'm choosing to not follow my intuition, I'm choosing to not be my own hero, blah, blah, blah. Universe is like, okay, that's your choice. That's fine. You have free will. But guess what? Sooner or later, that tower is going to fall, because your creator is going to bring you back around to the path. That's why there's no wrong path. The only difference is how challenging is that experience going to feel for you? Right? Because you're meant to be getting aligned with purpose here. It's the whole point. I feel like it's for you to step back into your own power, but that may not resonate with everyone. We have Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. So why is this happening, right? Why is this important right now? Because I feel like, okay, so for me, harmony in the heavens, heaven is your soul. Okay, I read this glorious book called Christ Returns by an anonymous author, where this woman is claiming, or not woman, person. I feel like it's probably a woman with my intuition. But anyways, claiming that they are channeling Christ, the Christ. Okay. And in that book, Christ says, Heaven, the kingdom of heaven, you can experience on earth because it is your soul and it is within you. So with this coming up, saying harmony in the heavens, I feel like this is what's trying to be created. That balance is trying to be brought back in within you so that you can create heaven within you. Because it is your soul. That is where heaven is found, within you, right? So that's how I'm picking this up. Like, I feel like you're experiencing this to bring that balance back in, to bring, again, like a resolution to whatever this is that may have left you feeling broken. All right, so let's see. What changes may happen because of what is going on here, or why is this, important on your path? We have come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance, desires. This is important because right? What changes can come? I feel you get into alignment, right? You get into alignment and then you experience abundance because you've allowed these resistant energies to be released. The things that were blocking your blessings start to fall away as you heal them, as you deal with them, as you transmute them, as you release them. Right? And you make room for your blessings. And that's why I feel like this is important. These are the changes that can be made in dealing with these energies. You get into alignment and allow these things to come in. Make room for them to come in. We have the bud, potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. Yeah, like, look, don't resist it because you won't experience the abundance. Right? The changes that are coming is like, it's about to happen. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stagnate. Don't pause. Don't sit and twiddle your thumbs. Take those intuitive hits. Follow them. Keep going, right? Because there's potential here. The doors are opening, but here you have you have the key. The doors are opening. So open them, right? There's potential here. You can open all the doors, but you have to be the one to decide. You have to be the one who says, I'm opening these fucking doors because I don't want to stay here no more. I want to change, right? We have here as well, lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call and gather. Yeah, this is why you're here. I mean, I know that's going to sound really like, okay, that took a lot of intuitive energy, right, to be able to read that. But here's the thing. That's what I'm getting. It's like, this is what you're here for. You're here to grow through these things, to learn from these things so that you can move into a more higher vibrational frequency that is best for you. Right? This is healing. And also, lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess. We have the goddess here in the reverse. There's something here that needs to be released, healed, dealt with, right? Something that needs to be healed around a feminine energy. And it could be because we have lineage, your mother or the mother of your kids or something like that. Okay? We also have here the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. So yeah, what is this changing, right? I feel like this is a huge opportunity for this heart healing to take place. And I feel like it's interesting because I'm getting this like warm kind of feeling in my heart space. And there's fear coming up. So I feel like this could potentially allow your heart to heal, which could allow you to open up your heart to people and release fear around doing that. Right? Because I feel like for some of you, they may get close to you, but I feel like very few people have like dipped beneath the surface. Okay? So I feel like this could bring about changes where you feel more comfortable softening to that energy and allowing your heart space to be open. Allow love out and let love in. We also have plant yourself here, integration, embodiment, and grounded action. Right? So here's the thing, like I'm picking up heavily that grounded action, like your intuition has been speaking to you. Your intuition has been saying, hey, maybe you should work at this job. Hey, maybe this isn't the right relationship for you. Maybe you should move to this city. Maybe you should spend more time with this person. Maybe you should take on this hobby. Maybe you should sit down and write a book. Maybe you should paint a picture. Maybe you should go for a walk. Whatever the fuck it is that's coming through your intuition, I feel time to take that grounded action. It's important for your journey. It's important for you and healing and the changes that are coming. Because I feel like once you start taking that grounded action, I feel like things are going to really change for you. And again, it's going to look differently for everyone. Maybe you're just comfortable in your own skin, and that's the changes that happen. But that's a pretty big fucking change if you are crawling in your own skin, right? So I feel like there's a need here to be taking action that you feel called to do. And I'm not talking about your ego. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm going to go take so-and-so to court because I don't know what it is, right? Like these grounded action steps come from a place of unconditional love, right? Because that's where your intuition operates within you, your true authentic self, and that is unconditional love. Your soul is not going to tell you to do things that are quote unquote harmful for you or resistant for you, right? It's going to tell you things that are beneficial for your highest good. Okay, so that does not include hatred, jealousy, anger, revenge, vindictiveness, being vengeful. Like, it doesn't include any of that, right? It's resolving things and taking action because your soul ignites when you do that, because it's in alignment with who you are at a soul level and your path or plan at a soul level. Okay. So for the divine masculine energy for this month, oh my gosh, you can't make this shit up. You really can't. We have Hate Myself by NF. I don't see you like I should. You look so misunderstood. And I wish I could help, but it's hard when I hate myself. Pray to God with my arms open. If this is it, then I feel hopeless. And I wish I could help, but it's hard when I hate myself. So whether you are a and I want to lovingly tell you that all of the stuff I've been talking about as far as this kind of back and forth between this masculine and feminine energy, this could all be within your own psyche, your own masculine energy and your own feminine energy kind of battling it out. Okay, so just pay attention to that as well. But with this Hate Myself card, this is for the divine masculine. And this is an energy that I'm picking up on here, like really trying to get that confidence back, feeling like you're broken, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like the confidence isn't there, right? And I feel like this is something that you're working through the month of September. Learning how to love yourself, learning how to appreciate yourself, right? That is what this journey of personal empowerment is about, getting out of this energy. Okay? I also feel like I need to say, like, for some of you, you may have used this as a crutch. That's not going to apply to everyone. I can tell you that right now. But for some of you, you may have used that I hate myself as like a victim mentality, like to keep yourself stuck. Like, I can't do anything because I hate myself. I don't like type of thing. Or I can't let people love me like because I'm such a bad person, or like stuff like that. Okay. For the divine feminine, we have open heart. Isn't that interesting? Because we do have this breathing rose with like this heart healing, right? The OK remix by Morgan Page and Lissy. It's okay to love blind, and you know you'll be fine. No need to fear. Hold me up to my words. The passion behind my eyes is reserved all for you. I try so hard to write it all down. You work so hard to push it all out, right? Again, this is an energy I feel, whether you're or a male or female, I don't care. But this divine feminine energy coming through, I'm sorry, you can't read it, you guys, it's super light ink that I used. But I feel like this card is really like, there's part of this where it's like people trying to come in and get close to you and share their love with you, and you only letting them in so far. And that's a protective mechanism, right? And so I feel like there's this energy of allowing yourself to be vulnerable and allowing yourself to open up, right? Trusting people and knowing like God's going to sort it all out. If you fuck me over, that's on you. That you have to deal with that, not me. Right? Like, ultimately. Because it's going to come back, right? What I was just talking about. The shit comes back. It don't matter. When you put it out, how you put it out, for who, don't matter. It comes back to you, right? So I feel like there's this energy of allowing love in and putting love out, opening your heart space, really letting yourself feel those things and not being fearful of them, okay? Or fearful of how they may leave you, right? This is all growth for you. It's so important. So thank you so much, Cancer, for being here. I truly do appreciate your time and your energy. I hope that something here has resonated for you. If it has, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, and or subscribing. It really does help the channel to grow and helps others, or rather helps YouTube know that there may be something here for others as well. So again, thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate you. I'm sending you so much love, tons and tons of hugs. Have an incredible, incredible month. Take care of your beautiful soul, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.